Have you ever wondered what it takes to become rich? Well, I did a study. I wanted to analyze what it took to become rich. And I found out some really interesting information that only 20% of rich people actually have any type of advantage. Most people think that rich folks have a special advantage. Only 20% actually inherited their money. The other 80% earned their money and started with nothing. That's right. They started with nothing. 88% of people that are rich today are self-made millionaires. So they had a special way of thinking. They didn't limit themselves as poor people do. They had a special discipline, a different way of looking at life, a completely different attitude, a different psychology. And so in my life, whenever I run into a person that was rich, I was very quick to listen to everything they said so that I could somehow analyze the psychology of it. And I soon realized that poor people have got it all wrong. Many poor people will leave high school, get a job, stay at the job because they're too afraid to venture out. They're earning money and they don't want to upset their financial future. And so they just sort of stay there in that rut. They don't go any further. They don't advance. Or if they do, they go to a different job, something that pays a little bit more, right? But they're still stuck with a job. Rich people, on the other hand, they don't limit themselves. They realize that they can accomplish whatever they put their mind to. Now, the difference is discipline and perspective. The average poor person will watch a lot of TV, watch sports, really do a lot of time just wasting it. Where rich people will spend a lot of time learning, reading books, trying to teach themselves some new skill so they can generate more money. So overall, self-made millionaires are more efficient as people. Okay, they have a goal and they work towards it. Where poor people really don't focus on anything. They're just trying to pay the bills on Friday. But they're not really reaching out to try to earn more money. Poor people are concentrating on saving money, where rich people are concentrating on earning more. When poor people look at something, they'll say, well, I can't buy it because I don't have enough. And a rich person will look at it and say, well, what do I have to do in order to purchase it? So they are not limiting themselves to what can be done. And they have a goal. Their goal is to create as many forms of income that they can. The average poor person has only one form of income. That's a job. If they lose their job, they're in dire straits. They're a slave to the office or to the factory. If it goes out of business, well, there's tough times. But a rich person will generally have many forms of income. They'll be earning money in many different ways. So if something fails, they will double down on the other methods, or they'll try to create new methods. So they're always looking for new opportunities, new investments that will generate more money. Now, over a long period of time, if we keep on focusing on finding new forms of income, well, guess what? Eventually, you have a significant amount of income, right? So it makes sense. It's just math. Um, a poor person is marketing their time. They're selling their time, and they're being given a wage for that time. Of course, their time is worth more than that, and their boss is earning more money than what he's paying for this person's time. And a person that is marketed to a larger number of people, of course, is going to earn more. So if you have someone that has someone that's maybe a doctor, they're marketed to all their customers, so they're going to earn more because the numbers are greater. And if you want to, looking at that same model, if you want to market yourself to even a greater number of people, you might be a writer or a musician, something that appeals to a wider audience. And that's why those people are very rich, because it's a combination of all those sources of income. And you ever notice how a poor person will have great difficulty? They lose their job, but these musicians and writers, well, they're just one book away or one record away from changing their whole financial future. And they just keep on plugging away at this marketing to a large audience. So it's a strategy. It's a way of thinking. Poor people limit themselves, right? They're too afraid to step out of their comfort zone to try something new. So they're sort of locked in, and their income is limited. They don't want to lose that income because they won't be able to pay their bills. Where a rich person will throw the dice and go, hey, let's see what we can do. And they'll risk everything. A good example is Elon Musk. At the very beginning, when he was creating PayPal, I imagine he focused a lot of his time on creating the programming for PayPal. So he focused his energy on in one area. Him and his brother were living hand to mouth. They had an office where they had people working for them, but they had no other. They were living in the office, and what they would do is they would actually got gym memberships so they could take a shower, and they would get there, and they of course would be there earlier than their workers, so nobody knew that they're actually living in the office. So here you have this sacrifice. They're sacrificing for this common goal, right? Focusing all their energy into this one common goal. Poor people, they won't sacrifice. They'll waste their time. We're all given 24 hours in the day. Okay, so we're all on level ground. It's a level playing field. Poor people will spend a lot of time watching TV and involving themselves in sports, all these distractions that don't do anything for them. Doesn't do a thing for you, right? It doesn't increase your income level, doesn't improve your life in any way. All it is you're just getting older. That's it. And where rich folks, they will sacrifice those little luxuries, and they'll put their energy into doing something productive. They'll read a book. They will try to negotiate with someone to create some other form of income. So the mentality is very different. The poor person is trying to save money, while the rich person is trying to earn money. All right, so the rich person says, look what I can't do, and the rich person says, what is it that I can't do? Let me see what I can do, because if I fail in my attempt, so what? I failed in my attempt. At least I attempted it. And Elon Musk is a really good example. He took something that was small, right? Went from PayPal. Then he of course created PayPal. Then he sold it, right, to go on to bigger and better things. And at one point he with SpaceX, 3 rockets had failed, and he was willing to try another launch. And he said that if he would have gone into that 4th launch and it would have failed, he would have lost. That would have been the end of SpaceX. But he had put $100 million of his own money into SpaceX, so he was shooting for the moon and willing to lose, but focusing all of his energies towards that common goal. And so you see this sacrifice that people who are rich, self-made, will put themselves through in order to obtain a goal. Where poor people, you don't see that sacrifice. As soon as the place closes, 5 o'clock, they're out of there. They can't wait. They can't get out of the parking lot fast enough. It's not a matter of sacrifice. They just, I'm through with the job, I'm out of here. So their reward is limited to the time they spent in that effort. But they're not really focusing on their own efforts, but they're focusing on doing a job for someone else. So it's poor people that are actually the backbone. They're actually financing the lives of rich people. So see, it's a whole different strategy. If we focus on investing in ourselves, there lies the reward. We have to focus on ourselves. Now, what I've done is I have looked at this. I've looked at the differences between rich people and poor people, and I've discovered some things that were really quite amazing. And I actually have discovered a strategy that's very scalable. It's really unlimited, and I have a technique and a plan that will increase my financial future most dramatically in the future. I am not rich, but I've learned from studying this course, from studying this information, how to make myself rich. In 6 months, my financial future will be very, very different from what it is today. And so I'm asking you if you too would like to learn this information so that you can change your way of thinking, so that you too can be rich. It's not rocket science. It's psychology. It's amazing. It's just psychology. The differences are very eye-opening. You suddenly realize, wow, I've been living my life in an inefficient manner, and now if I just change the way I look at these different things and focus in this way, I can obtain those different things that I've always wanted to do. Now I've created this video so you can see all the different things that you could be doing, but you're not. All the things that you can do if you had money coming to your bank account on a regular basis. And that's what this is about. I've got a plan where money will be deposited in your bank account pretty much on a daily basis. And if at the end of my course, I've got this online course that I will explain step by step what you have to do in order to follow this plan that I have, this strategy, where you too can scale up and have wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Is this a get rich quick scheme? No, it isn't, because you're not going to get rich in a day or a week or a month. That's insanity. Now, anyone that believes that well, you're just falling for the hype. You got all these gurus trying to tell you that if you buy this $1,000 course and and you get involved in this mastermind and take this free training and go to this live event, that you're gonna you're gonna somehow be rich. And really, they're just selling you the same old stuff that everyone else is. Okay, they're just repackaging it, repackaging the same old stuff. Okay, there's no magic. They're just slick marketers, and they're trying to sell you a dream. But I, on the other hand, am not rich. Don't have a mansion to show you. Don't have a Lamborghini to show you. And these people are making money off selling information. What I'm going to do is completely change the way you think. Change the focus in your life. Make your life more efficient. And then you'll see, just how different life can be. I will give you the plan that I've come up with. Okay, and it will, you might make 1,000 a month, or 2 or 3, and it will grow as long as you put in the time to do what's necessary. And you can multiply your efforts. You can scale this up. The sky is the limit. There is no I left the sound on that one because I thought everyone might want to hear that. You'll be able to have a family, have kids, because you'll have this newfound security, financial security. And of course, you got to put time into it. You have to work, but it's easy and it's simple. You just have to, you can start with a pen and a piece of paper and start the plan. And from there, the sky is the limit. If you've ever wanted to earn money automatically, having it automatically sent to your bank account 24 hours a day, then this is what you want. This course is what you've been looking for. This is what you need to make that financial change. And you can start this part-time. You can work your normal job and start this part-time. There's no reason not to do it. And guess what? You can start for free. And after a little while, you'll probably want to spend a little bit of money every month, but you can start for free and start generating money, just to test it out. Of course, there is the cost of this course that I've created, and but it's worth it. Think of it as an investment in your future, and it's not one of these $1,000 courses. That's a scam waiting to happen there. This is reasonably priced, and it will change your future. Okay, and you'll also have access to me. You'll be able to call me anytime you want, and we'll talk about these things, because we're all going to be on the same path. We're all moving in the same direction. And in order to get started, all you have to do is click the link in the description box below this video, or you can go to workathomemillionaire.com. That's workathomemillionaire.com, because I believe if you work this enough at home, you then can become a millionaire. It's totally possible. So you can click the link, go to the course, or you can go to Work at Home Millionaire and see all the other courses. So click that link right now in the description box, or go to the link workathomemillionaire.com. It's workathomemillionaire.com. You'll be glad you did.